Hello and welcome to the Knit Girls. This is episode 589. I'm Laura, also known as Lala.
I am Leslie, also known as You Don't Call Me Les. Today is the 23rd of September, 2022. Laura and I both use the she, her pronouns because we're fancy.
Or something.
Yeah, and it is a Friday afternoon.
It is.
Because we put this off all week because we had other stuff
Well, I
happening.
had something after school every day, and I even forgot to do something else. So it's just been a little bit chaotic.
Yeah, real life. It's a bummer.
Adulting. Boo.
I feel like Adulting Boo is a good title.
Okay. Sounds
So, I'll go first since I'm just started talking randomly. The first thing that I'm working on that I just realized about a minute ago that I left downstairs, I'm not going to get it, is the Inflorescence sweater that it's a sample knit for Steph of the Loop. Nothing has really changed since last week when I showed it, except I've added length, but it's just stockinette around and around and around and around. So I'll show you guys again next week. I'm about to start the hem of it.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Yeah, there's short rows first because the back is just slightly longer.
Uh-huh.
And then it'll be time to start the hem. So there's that. What else am I working on? The only other thing that really got any work this week in regards to knitting is the hat. Is it Wanderer? Oof, now I can't remember. No, it's no.
Snow Globe.
Snow Globe. Thank you.
Look, I
It's
read
in
the
the show
show
notes.
notes.
Yeah, when all else fails, just read.
And our show notes can be found on TheKnitGirls.com.
Yes. And most of the things that we talk about
Yeah, sometimes.
are there. We try to add everything in. So last week I had just cast on. This week I just finished ripping back a row because I didn't realize I just started I finished the brim, so it's about 1.5 inches of ribbing, 2x1 ribbing. I won't tell you how many times I messed that up, but the first cable cross, you're taking 2 purl stitches and 2 knit stitches and crossing them over each other, and I didn't realize that they all become knit stitches, so I was keeping the pearls pearls.
Yeah.
So I had to
go back
and fix that row.
So is it an all-over cable at that point?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But so I'm knitting it out of Wilmisa DK, and the skein, the bag, all my yarn is kept in bags, like Ziploc bags, and then those bags are kept in bins. And I'm not saying that's necessarily how you have to keep your yarn. It's how I like to keep my yarn, because just in case the event that I get like moths or bugs or something.
Carpet beetles, which is very common in the southern United States.
Then the damage is limited to wherever, they've sprung up. So at some point, the bag that this was in must have had a bug, because I've gotten several little breaks. So
and Buffy helped with that one.
Yeah.
By pulling it across the room.
Yeah, when we were getting ready to start, she decided to walk right through it and
step on my feet and
break it. So, our little helpers. And yeah, that's basically the only knitting things that I've worked on this week.
Okay.
You've made a crap ton of progress on the thing you're working on.
Thank you. I am finally past the 12-inch mark, which makes me feel really good on the body of the sweater. So,
and that's under the arms?
That's from the armpits down, Yep. From the underarms down. So this is a chest knit, and Pearl's been sleeping on it, so it is lovely. She loves it too. This is a test knit that I'm doing for Shayna Lines Designs. It is shoulder season, named after the shoulder details. There we go. And it is in Stranded Dye Works. So Jude dyed me this purple contrast, and then I had some of his antagonist in his merino nylon.
What's the purple color called?
It's not. It's one of a kind.
Random.
Yeah, I know, but I kind of want a whole sweater's lot out of it because I like it a lot. You'd be able to see me everywhere I go.
Huh.
It'd probably go well with some overalls that I have. So I am knitting this on size 3 needles, and I am getting pretty far. So I'm having a debate, so maybe you can help me with this. So, as written, it is a crop sweater, or like top of hip bone sweater, because it's meant to be it's meant to be a layering piece.
Right.
So I would like put it over something like this, not necessarily the overalls, just the underneath shirt. So I want to add length because I'm very tall and long waisted, and on average, I typically knit my sweaters to around 18 inches. But that is to actually cover my bottom because
Right.
I lean over at work a lot.
Your preferred regular shoulder or sweater length.
But I am planning on wearing this with stuff underneath,
Right.
so I don't mind
A dress or
being
something.
a little bit shorter. But also, this is both sides are different
Textures.
varieties, textures of There's garter elements to it, and garter usually
Will stretch.
blocks long. So what I was thinking about doing is going to 14 inches, and then there's a hem that, as written, would add an inch, but I think I want to make it 2 inches so it won't flip up. And I'm going to need your help with the bind off, because it's a bind off that I've never done before, but you have done before. So I'm going to get you to help me with it at some point. But I think I'm going to go to that 14 inches and make it 16 total, which is the length of my Recalibrate by the same designer.
And do you like?
And I like that length, yeah. And I wear that with something underneath it because it's a looser gauge. But I'm just a little bit concerned about it growing because it is a superwash wool. So now I'm like, should I make it even shorter than that?
I mean, you could always. I mean, it would require you to not knit on it for a day or so, but you could always put it on some, stitch
like try it on
holders.
tubing.
Yeah, and then
block
soak it and block it and see how much it grows, and that'll give you,
a better idea.
Yeah. If it's, it's a color you love. It's a really interesting texture and contrast here on the shoulder. I think it's something you'd wear a lot. I think it's worth the time.
Yeah.
But,
And I also, I can finish it, and if it's too long, I can always rip it. It's easier to rip back and shorten than it is to re-add.
Yeah.
So, I couldn't do the sweater surgery where you cut it and then re-Kitchener it because I'd be doing, I don't trust myself to do that in 2 different textures. I feel like I would mess it up.
It would be difficult.
Yeah. I can barely pick up stitches in garter some days. So, but I am really enjoying it. It's a great knit. It is not, there have been times where I've had to rip back a couple times because I get off on one of the stitch patterns and then realize it halfway through the round, because as you do. But it's become very intuitive when I'm actually paying attention and by myself and not with other human beings. So, so I have to finish the body, do the hem. Like I said, I'm going to add a little bit of length to that. Because shorter hems tend to flip up on me. Because I've got a belly. I know that's hard to believe. I am going to do, I think, so tell me what you think about this.
I'm listening.
I'm going to use the purple to do
like
this ribbing and maybe the hem at the bottom.
Oh, this is ribbing, not I-cord?
Yes.
Okay.
And then maybe the sleeves as well.
The sleeves are a little shorties. Yeah. I definitely like the idea of it at the neck and the hem.
I just think it would tie in, odd numbers look best.
Can you stripe it maybe?
Ooh.
With the body yarn?
I could.
Decisions you don't have to make today.
So, definitely I'm thinking for this top part, the neck edging.
Oh, yeah. I agree with that. And
there have been some people who have done a different color on each of the edgings, and it looks amazing. I'll have to show you a picture later. So if I knit this again, I might do that. That would be super fun. So, this is Shoulder Season by Shayna Lance Designs. It is not out yet. I think she's shooting for October 7th for it to come out. I might be wrong on that. You should definitely follow her on Instagram and all the places because she is wonderful. We like her stuff a lot. It's very size inclusive, and it's very, you can make it work for you, obviously, because I make everything work for me. The other thing, see, I just want to get back to knitting on it. The other thing that I worked on is I had volleyball duty Monday night, and I got a COVID booster yesterday. So I had some knitting time where I could not take the sweater with me because I was afraid the small children sitting behind me might spill something on it, because that has happened to me before at volleyball games or basketball games. But also, I'm alternating skeins on the sweater.
Yeah, it's just too cumbersome.
So it's a little bit cumbersome. But oh, look at how pretty these are. This is the Meow colorway from Rock and String. This is their sport weight, and the first pair is done. And I am totally making these Halloween socks. They won't count for Halloween craft all the things because I started them before the 15th, but they are definitely going in my, even though they're cat themed, they're definitely going in my Halloween.
Yeah, I think that's perfectly fine.
My Halloween bucket. And I was just showing Leslie all of Amy Beth's Halloween bags. I'm so excited because she has an update tonight.
They're I mean, if you've ever seen or purchased anything from Amy Beth, then you know her aesthetic is quirky and funny and a little bit weird, and I dig it, don't get me wrong, but I am about
Leslie is not obsessed with Halloween like I am.
Yeah.
So.
And it's easier for me to say no to bags, unless they have a swear word on them, and then it's very difficult.
Or giant Victorian bird ladies.
Yes, those are also very compelling. You know, we have different weaknesses. It's cool. What else? Oh, I wove a couple of things.
Oh, fun.
So I had put this on the Inkle loom and showed you guys last time. It wasn't woven at that point.
It wasn't completely woven.
No, it wasn't finished. So this is just a simple band, and I made a mistake in my threading and just left it because I didn't realize it until I was about 4 inches in, and I'm like, yeah, it's fine. It's just going to be a leash. Who cares?
It's a feature.
So, yeah, I made a leash. It's about, I don't know, 8 feet long, something like that. And, you know, just left a loop and then added a hook at the other end. It's not the kind I would have chosen because it's like a press-in kind, but it's what I had, so yeah. That's what I used.
And she's tiny. She's a tiny dog.
Yeah.
So it doesn't need, like, Pearl would just
And she's leash trained, so she won't, you know, with the exception of maybe if a squirrel runs right in front of her, she's not even going to go far enough ahead to pull the leash taut, so I don't necessarily have to worry about it. But yeah, she's like 30 pounds. She's not, you know,
30 pounds of pure joy.
So this was mainly so I could like remind myself of the mechanics and how you did the shuttles and how
and what kind of loom were you weaving this on?
A shocked Inkle loom. It's a small like lap size loom.
And was it card weaving or just
no? It's just
weaving?
Inkle loom.
Okay.
Band weaving. The collar that I would like to weave for her with her name in it will be card weaving. So then I decided I wanted to make something else, just again for more practice.
You should make me shoelaces.
So I haven't gotten. I will have to use sewing thread for those, because the cotton is going to be too thick for that. If you want any sort of design rather than just plain colors, then it will have to be sewing thread. But that's what John Malarkey uses apparently. So yeah, I did another simple band, nothing fancy about it.
It's pretty. Looks better.
It takes as long to warp as it does to weave.
Yep.
This, because it goes really quickly. I would say maybe 3 hours, 3.5 hours total on the weaving part. I'm exaggerating a little bit. The warping probably took an hour, but it's much more instant gratification than warping a full-on floor loom, or even like a Cricut. Like, it's much faster. But of course you're limited in size because Inkle looms are meant for bands, so you might get 3 inches if you're really pushing it. But yeah, so just woven a couple bands. I don't have any specific use for this one yet, but it'll go in the drawer, and at some point I'll find a use for it. It'll be a handle for a bag or something.
Yeah.
Who knows? So.
You could weave ribbon, like grosgrain ribbon for your sweaters.
Mm-hmm. That would also have to probably be out of sewing thread. But it would be fun to be able to customize something like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not every piece, because that's a lot of effort, but like...
For special things.
Yeah, for something very special.
For your giant pom-pom magazine.
Yeah,
sweater.
my Gramercy, like, old lady, crazy spinster aunt. Oh, I cannot wait to get started on that. That might be what I take with me on the sewing thing, or on the crafting weekend.
Because that seems small and portable.
Well, I mean, the first part of it, I imagine,
yeah.
is just ribbing.
Maybe like the sleeves.
Yeah, or the hem or something.
Yep.
Do you have any spinning to show?
Nope, I have nothing
I
else.
can't believe you haven't spun.
In 3 weeks.
It's just crazy.
I know. It's,
You have a little something like
I'm sure I do. Because that has been my day today.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could be why I have hives from stress. If we're not being, you know, it's really interesting. So I have stress hives, and I know they're from stress because Benadryl doesn't really touch them. But 4 of my coworkers also have stress hives right now. We're forming a little club.
A very, very itchy club.
Yes, a very, very intense, overdrawn.
I think a very itchy club might be the title of the show.
That's also a good one.
It's memorable.
It
I will
is.
tell you that.
So was the other one, but now I can't remember what it was.
Adulting Boo.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes time for me to actually put this up, I'll have forgotten both of these.
And you'll text me, and I'll be like, I've gone through a doorway since then.
Yeah.
But I can sing This Is Halloween from
And I am unwilling to
Nightmare Before
rewatch the
Christmas.
episode
Yes.
to figure it out, because I do not enjoy listening to myself speak. So I have a couple more things.
Yes.
Thank
do
goodness,
it.
so we can flesh out this show.
I'll show my new Tom Benton bag next week.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
My parents got me the new backpack for Christmas, and it arrived.
Which one of these did I end on? Have you seen these?
I haven't seen that, I don't think.
Okay. So, I'm doing a 100-day watercolor warm-up, which is from Skillshare. It's linked in our show notes. We're not an affiliate or anything, so I don't get any money if you click it. But my friend Shannon and I are doing this, and it's like a 5-minute-a-day exercise. I don't necessarily recommend it for someone who's just starting in watercolor because there's a lot of assumed knowledge. She doesn't really teach you about the brush strokes or how to mix the color or anything. She sort of assumes you understand a lot of that. She assumes too much, unfortunately, in this case. But it's not like it was advertised.
Are there smaller like YouTube videos that you can watch?
And there's tons of other classes on Skillshare.
Gotcha.
So it's
I've
just
never
this
played on
happened
Skillshare.
to be the one that 5 minutes a day was like I can commit to that.
Yeah.
Right. So, so I don't know what I've shown you already. This is just some ferns. This is some kind of flower.
Ooh.
The ginger jar. Never heard of that before.
I like the flower.
And then this is an almond blossom.
I want to know all about the ginger jars.
I've never heard of it
I'm
before.
gonna Google it later.
So.
I'm sure Wikipedia
And
will
then
tell
a
me
little
all
Dutch
about them.
house.
Aww.
And some very terrible Canterbury bells, flowers.
They're pretty.
It's not what they're supposed to look like, apparently. But that's okay.
Whatevs.
Some
They're your version.
phallic crystals.
The phallic crystals are my favorite.
Some cornflower.
No, I like cornflowers. They're pretty.
And then yesterday and today.
Onions. Garlic?
That's supposed to be garlic. It is not.
No, I got it.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Look, it was the second thing I guessed.
And then
Cosmos
flower, where I
Yes.
immediately recognized because Animal Crossing.
Yes.
So yeah, none of my garlic looks like garlic.
I think it looks like garlic.
And then
It would be the type of garlic I would grow if I was
this
to
is like the
garden.
type of garlic you find in the back of a drawer that you forgot about 2 years ago.
It's like liquid is like pooled beneath it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always delightful.
So yeah, that's where I think I'm a quarter of the way through it at this point. So I'm no like Picasso, but whatever. I'm trying something and failing
Yeah.
spectacularly at it.
I mean, that's what growth is, my friend.
But on the opposite end of the spectrum, I am making. I sent a text earlier to a small group of people, and I was like, I'm making print matching my B word
today.
So,
yeah, because you're selling.
Yeah, so at SSK, I had made some studio tunics for half a dozen people.
I want another one.
You have to pick fabric.
Okay.
And they're...
You know I'm going to pick, like, super expensive Japanese prints.
There's some adorable, like, sort of modern, but kind of... There's some great fabric on this Etsy shop. It's called Kimono Momo. She does some amazing Japanese print. Like, this one's got, like, cats, but it's not like your traditional, like, twee, very super cute cats. It's very, like, you know, cats sitting by dumpster, cats licking themselves. Like, it's very silly.
Oh, I like stuff like that.
I do, too, but I don't know if I would like it for a whole garment, like, for an accent.
Maybe for the pockets.
Yeah. So, anyway, I got a couple of folks who asked me to...
That is for Teresa Roberts.
Yes, it is. To do tunics for them, and I'm doing a trade with Jill of Hip Strings, and
she's at Shenandoah, I think, this weekend.
Ooh, I bet she is, because it's... Yeah, I bet she is. It's the last weekend of September. And she already sent me her side of the trade, so I really got to get on it.
Ooh, I want to know what you got.
But Teresa is another friend of ours. She lives in San Francisco, and
she loves purple.
She does love purple. So we went to a fabric store while we were in Nashville, and they had some absolutely gorgeous stuff there. Some of the most expensive fabric I've seen physically in person, and not necessarily that it was priced unfairly. It's just very fine fabric.
And the cost of everything else is everything's going on.
But anyway, Teresa picked a very patterned fabric for her studio tunic, and I pattern matched.
That is perfect.
So there's a pocket on top.
You can't even see it. It's amazing. I didn't even know there was a pocket till you told me.
On this side, it doesn't count because this is going to be hidden in the seam. But yeah, I mean, you can see it now because it's like gaping. But it's really, really well pattern matched. I'm very proud of myself.
You should be. You are rocking it, my friend.
And then Jill, the fabric that she sent it's like a stretch denim, so there's nothing to match, and I'm like, I can do this. So I cut all the fabric like on breaks from work this week. It took a whole week because I can only do it for like 10 minutes at a time before I got to get back to work. But yeah, so hopefully I'll get some time to sew this weekend. I already did all the interfacing and everything.
We should go to
it's Pink Palace this weekend. Yes, we definitely need to do that.
So in Memphis, there is a craft show called the Pink Palace Craft Show. It provides funding for a museum that is in the house of the man who used to own Piggly Wiggly, and it is a pink mansion. That's why it's called Pink Palace. But it's a science and natural history museum, and so this is one of their big fundraisers, and it is an arts show. Yeah. It's juried, and they always have really interesting things. Yeah. And we haven't been for the last couple of years because of COVID. I'm not even certain that they've had it for the last couple of years. So, and there's always a vendor who makes amazing fudge.
I think the last time that we went, I got this stuff that you're supposed to mix with wine to make slush.
Yes.
It is still sitting in my pantry. I'm not much of a wine drinker.
I got some amazing recycled earrings last time we went.
I got a bracelet that I like.
Yeah. We've gotten crochet jewelry before that was gorgeous.
I mean, there's your fair share of, like, big bows and, like, wooden signs and stuff. But there's
some
interesting things
pottery.
You haven't seen. Yeah, there's a lot of beautiful pottery.
You've gotten artwork from Michael before that was like fandom based, like Miami Dolphins based.
Also, apparently the Dolphins are good this year. Who knew?
Oh, I know because Leslie's husband's been texting me about it. I am apparently his football wife.
Yeah, I can't. I can only fake interest for about 30 seconds, and then I'm done.
And the Steelers are not doing amazing this year, so it's nice to see that someone else's team is doing amazing. And I have been watching the Philadelphia Eagles, who are also doing well because one of my former students is playing for them. Just on special teams right now. Yeah, but Nakobe's doing really well. It was really cool to see his jersey number. I'm gonna ask my sister for Christmas for one of his jerseys.
I was gonna say, I'm surprised you don't have one already. But I guess it's his first season playing, so
yeah,
they would have just become available.
They just became available, and because they are like rookie season jerseys, I think they were like 150.
Or were they more if it's their first
well, year? You can get the official jerseys, and then you can get non-official jerseys.
Uh-huh.
And the non-official jerseys are still Reebok or whatever, but they're around 100.
But they're not like NFL branded or whatever.
They're not like the jerseys that they wear on the field.
Okay.
So like instead of each letter being hand sewn on,
it's like screen printed. Okay,
screen
I see what
printed,
you're saying.
yeah.
It's just a difference in like how high quality.
Yes, and I am a teacher, so my quality level is
your affordability is.
And also, while I want to support Nakobe, and if the money was going directly to him, I would definitely get the more expensive one. But the way jersey sales work in the NFL is they put it all in like a pool, and then they divide them out. So, yeah, anyway. Or at least that's how it used to be. I don't know. I haven't researched that in a while.
Hey, did you know you have 2 different color dyes?
I did. Did you know who told me that 5 times today? 6th graders.
Oh.
I was very impressed. Like, the other day, I had some 7th graders talk to me about it, and they actually knew the, like, fancy word.
Heterochroma
yes.
or something.
So, they must be talking about that in science this week, because they don't usually pay that much attention to me. Unless they are discussing it in science.
Oh, does the science teacher say?
Usually. Yep. So, something must be happening with genetics this week.
Yeah, that's cool.
Or something else. I don't know. I don't know what's happening in other people's spaces. I barely
keep
up with my space. Yeah. So, when I left today, there were Legos everywhere, and I was like...
Like regular size Lego? Like,
yeah.
Oh my god.
So I have bins of Legos that if they need like a break, like a cool down break, they can play with the Legos. They can make their own little it's like a fidget thing. And that's fine as long as they clean them up. Well, they did not today. One of them did not, and they are like little Lego wheels. And I was like, that is a problem for Monday, Laura.
Monday, Laura's gonna be like,
oh, Friday, Laura. But today I was
words I can say on the podcast.
But today I was dealing with a lot of tech support issues because my job has slowly become
everything
merged a little bit with dealing with device issues and dealing with parents about device issues. So that's fine. You gotta evolve. So today was a device heavy day because I try to deliver. I try to not have classes on Friday. I have an open schedule on Fridays where teachers can come in and sign up to use the library for various things. And I can deliver devices to kids who have paid for them during the week. And I make sure I deliver them to their first floor classrooms.
Laura has played this game before.
After the first month of school of running up and down the stairs carrying devices. Because my building does not have an elevator, which is fine. It was built in the 70s, when accessibility was a thing that people did not prioritize. We have since learned better. Anyway, I get to run up and down stairs. You wouldn't know that I do that all day long.
I go up and down my stairs about 10 times a day, but trust me, it is not enough to offset. The
crumble cookies that I want to get later? Yes.
I wonder what the flavors are this week.
Oh, I know. I looked them up.
Of course you did.
Before I came over.
What else? So, I am rereading the second book in the Blacksmith Queen series, which I think is called The Princess Knight.
I think there's a new one coming out.
Yeah.
Is that why you're rereading
Well,
them?
I don't know if it's in the same series, but it's in the same world.
Okay.
It's from a male perspective, I think. Something night. No, I don't remember. But yeah, something by G.A. Aiken comes out on Tuesday.
Oh, fun.
I pre-ordered it without even knowing what it was. And then I started listening to Fairy Tale by Stephen King. It's a new audiobook.
Oh, he just had a birthday this week. He's like 79, maybe?
Yeah.
I'm just, if there was an Alexa here, I would ask, but
there is not.
I'm just making up numbers. He's in his 70s.
Yeah.
He was older than I was expecting. Now I have to Google it.
This
Keep
is
talking.
The book just came out this month at some point, or last month, I don't remember for sure. And I initially hesitated on it because it's told from the perspective of a 17-year-old boy. And I'm sort of over reading books that are told from, like, the coming of age. Like, I'm just sort of over those books for the most part. But I read some reviews and...
75.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I was like, oh, I didn't realize Stephen King was that old.
But it's good so far. And that might be because one of the primary characters is a dog.
Yes.
Although the dog is old.
Did you read The Sinner's Gin?
We
Little
talked about this
novellas?
last...
Yeah, with the dog's point of view. Did you get around to him? Okay.
I've listened to the first 3 in the Sinner's Gin series this week. I've re-listened to them. And now I'm on the Rafe one. But I needed a break because while I like Resport and the writing and like the conflict parts,
it's pretty heavy.
It's very romancy, like when they get to the point where they've accepted that they like this person and they're going to be in a relationship with this person. It's like immediately, I love you and I'm going to be with you forever.
See, I was thinking you probably needed a break because there is some like child abuse and
there is that, but
that happens off screen.
Yeah, it's like a
flashback type situation.
But no, if the romance is not believable, I have a hard time with it. So
I am here for all the romance.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it. What about you? What have you been reading?
Nothing.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing.
Laura's not actually contributing this week.
Nope. Buffy and I are gonna go chew our paws together in the corner.
Yeah.
She's sitting right there chewing.
She let me cut her nails. It took like 2 minutes, and I got all of them.
Good. Next up, Pearl.
Yeah. Pearl, you have to cut like a nail a day, and you have to wait till she's asleep.
Yep. And I'm just not doing it anymore. I'm gonna get the vet to do it.
Yeah.
I will pay someone else for that drama. No, I have been watching a lot of football. The Steelers played both Sunday and Thursday. I watched the Eagles play Monday night after I got home from volleyball duty. I have been watching... What else have I been watching? I started watching an interesting documentary about Boys to Men, which you had recommended to me.
On Netflix.
Yeah, it's called like Pop or something. And it's basically how Boys to Men kind of became one of the super popular a cappella boys groups.
Founding sort of boy
and
bands.
Then
White America!
Yeah. And then Backstreet Boys, 98 Degrees. And 98 Degrees, Nick Lachey says, yeah, we copied them specifically. Like, we went out to take away their white teen girl audience. My first concert ever was Boyz II Men, so I felt very attached. I feel very attached. Yes, and I feel very attached to them.
Yeah.
They have a residency, I think, right now in Vegas.
Las Vegas, yep.
And I would go in a heartbeat. We should go there and to the Drag Race residency.
And drag brunch.
Ooh, and drag brunch.
So that we can have drag queens like make fun of us.
And... Yes. I'm here for it. I've never been to Vegas or Nevada. It's one of the few states that I have not been to, so I am here for it. We can see all the dead bodies they keep finding in the lakes.
In Lake Mead.
Because there's water that's going down, and they have a drought, so they keep finding. The history of Vegas is very interesting, and so that's part of the history of Vegas, I guess. Yeah, so I actually, speaking of books that purchased, the author of Dumpling, who I can picture in my head, and now I can't remember her name.
Either, even though you've said it a million times.
Yeah. Oh, she's got blonde hair. She's so sweet. I was running late for her book signing, and she stayed specifically to sign my book. She's adorable. She's the one who recommended the purple fig mattress. Julie something.
Dumpling.
Oh, you're gonna get all her.
Dang it. Dumpling book.
Julie. Anyway, it's gonna drive me.
Julie Murphy.
There we go. Julie Murphy came out with her first adult romance.
Oh, cool.
And it's like a meet cute type thing. So I have pre-ordered that. So because I want to support her and her awesomeness. Her and her husband Liam. See, I know her husband's name. I know her dog's names. Do I know her name? No.
Is this creepy and parasocial? Yes.
See, creepy and parasocial could be the name.
So many good episode names.
Only on this episode.
Yeah.
You'll never be able to use them again.
Yeah.
So she's got a new adult book that just released. It's a Christmas book. So I am going to, or holiday season book. So I'm going to save it for a while, I think.
I sometimes do that
Halloween
with, like,
in my head.
If there's a new book coming out by an author that I really love, I'll sometimes save that book until I'm just in a rut.
Yep.
With reading.
You know what we should do? Have you listened to the new Alana Andrews yet? The third one and the...
No, but I bought it because it was on sale.
Okay. I have it because I had pre-ordered it back when I did Audible still, 2 years ago. I used all my credits on pre-orders, and so slowly they come in, and it's very nice. We should listen to that when we go to Kentucky.
To Indiana?
Kentucky is where we're going.
I thought we were going to Underwood, Indiana.
Oh, maybe we are going to Indiana. I don't know. Those are the same places.
I'm pretty sure it's Indiana because one of the people who is coming to the event sent me their portion of the cost,
gotcha.
and they're like, "Yeah, it's for a cabin in Indiana. It's not creepy at all."
Gotcha. Okay, it must be right on the Kentucky border because we looked and it's only an hour and a half from the Woolery.
An hour from the Woolery.
Yes. So we need to go to the Woolery.
We might make a side trip in a couple weeks.
Yes.
We'll see.
I need to go shopping there because I'm
writing.
No. JC, who runs Ply Magazine, asked me to write an article for an upcoming issue, and I need 12 different types of fiber. 12. I don't have this fiber.
And there's absolutely no way it's in your stash.
Nope, it's not. Because it's soy silk. I don't have 100% soy silk in my stash.
I don't know that they'll have it at the Woolery, but...
They do. I looked.
Laura wants to go to the Woolery, and she's going to go with or without me.
I'll take Leslie's car without her. It's going to happen. It's been on my list of places I want to go.
No, I want to go
time.
see, too.
I want to try all the wheels. You can look at all the looms.
I don't care about that, but yeah. I'll look at their cotton and...
I'll see if the Daedalus folks can meet us for lunch.
Oh, yeah, they're close to there, aren't they?
Yeah. It'll be fun.
Anyway, we're just babbling, and you guys probably aren't here for that.
Maybe. We do have the Halloween Craft All the Things going on, and that goes from September 15th to November 1st. It is located on our Discord, which is linked in the show notes. If you're not a member, it's super fun. There are people who have already finished some things, Halloween stockings are a thing.
Are they?
Yes.
There's somebody's making them a thing.
Yes.
Okay.
And yes, Oogie Boogie's making them a thing. No, I don't know. But they are a thing, and so there's a very cute Halloween stocking in there. I'll show you a picture. It's sewn.
Oh, cool.
So it is craft all the things, which means any kind of crafting works for it. So whatever you want to do, you can. I'm wearing dinosaur overalls today. I don't think y'all can see.
Is that related to the craft all the thing in some way?
Well, they're selling Run and Fly, which is where I get my overalls, is selling Halloween stuff next week. But I have 4 pairs of overalls coming, so.
I feel like someone needs to take your credit cards away from you.
That was what I spent my Ply money on. So it all works out.
All right.
I write articles to buy overalls. I'll let JC know. We could just skip the middleman.
Yeah. She could just get you a gift certificate.
Huh.
Well, it's dinner time here, so
Yeah.
we hope you guys have an awesome week and weekend, and we will talk to you again next week.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.